You'll have to excuse me. I really want to do this off the cuff and sound a little more genuine. But I'm going to read this because otherwise I'd get home today and I'd be kicking myself for forgetting something important or leaving something out. So I'm going to read this kind of to you. So last Sunday, as I looked around all of the stewardship going on at our church, I began to think of this Thursday and pausing for Thanksgiving. When we entered the gathering area, there was a Care Coats box spilling out. The Bel Air food pantry was in the other corner. Heading into the worship area, there was a pile of Christmas boxes, now distributed, and an even bigger pile of baby shower items. Thursday, I did a tiny bit of help at the Hope Senior Food Distribution at the AB. It's memorable for me because a lady that I carried a box of food to her car for her told me thank you, gave me a big hug, and then wished me a happy Thanksgiving. And I found out later she was living on $700 a month. So how did we get in this position to be so generous with our time, talents, and treasures? Many of you received a letter with your quarterly giving statement, briefly describing our history here at Crossroads in this building. If you didn't get one, please see me. I've got some extras with me. Very simply, we are a mission church of the ELCA. The Mission Investment Fund purchased the house and about 4 acres of land. The house was remodeled and we worshiped in the former garage while paying rent to the Mission Investment Fund. It became apparent that we could not grow and gain strength to do more for others. So for about a year, we investigated our options. We were turned down by a bank for a loan to buy the property. We were rejected by Mission Investment Fund to aid in the purchase of the property. At times, I felt they were right. We didn't have enough people. We didn't have enough income. But here we are, 4 years later, we have proven them all wrong. So why did this happen? Well, God's will, you bet. He sent an angel to us. Some of you know who the angel is. And today I get, I get the honor of telling you and everyone else that Barbara Piscatelli was our angel. Our first need was to purchase the house and property from less than cooperative Mission Investment Fund. One Sunday, we gave an explanation how we were between a rock and a hard place, anticipating that when our mission support ended, we would probably have to give up on Crossroads Lutheran Church. After that service, Barbara talked to Pastor Rick and offered to loan us $250,000 at no interest to help purchase the property. It was a big risk, for she had no concern that we would actually pay her back. She had faith in us. I was at the meeting with the church council when Barbara was accepted. And with everyone sworn to secrecy, she didn't want anyone to know. That was kind of a burden to bear for that long a time, not telling anybody how great she was. When I got home, I told Bonnie what happened, but not who it was. She said, "It's Barbara Piscatelli." I said, with great astonishment, "How did you know?" Well, we were sitting in the garage, 2 rows behind Barbara that day, and Bonnie said, "I saw her think of how she could help solve the problem." God touched her that day. Our second problem was a new building, this one. And South Carolina Lutheran Men in Mission believed in us so much, they provided the financing for this space. More on that in the coming months as we work on repairing their faith in us. Pastor Josh challenged our church council one time, if Crossroads wasn't here, would we be missed? I really wondered. In fact, I looked down at the table to become invisible, hoping he wouldn't call on me. when I was teaching, I always told students, look, if you don't know the answer, look down at your desk. I can't see you. The reason or the answer. But today, I'd say most definitely we'd be missed. All of the wonderful things we're doing are noticed. Just at a recent council meetings, we had Councilmember Jan, ask, why don't we have 2 God's Work Our Hands Sundays, not just 1? And last council meeting, Patty Covington Baker came to ask our support for the school in El Salvador that we've supported in the past. All she wanted was our support. Rita, who went with Barbara Piscatelli on a previous trip to El Salvador, gave a touching story of support. So, South Carolina Lutheran Men in Mission gave us a 2-year moratorium on payments to our loan to them so that we could focus on paying back Barbara Piscatelli. And that's what our Freedom Campaign has been doing this last 2 years. She is truly our angel. This chart that you've kind of gotten used to, I think, over time out in the Narthex, shows that our goal was $150,000 left. We had paid on the loan for some time, but we had $150,000 was our goal to raise. We pledged about $137,000, and to date we have given $126,493 so far. So that's right about there. We have 2 months to repay our angel, Barbara Piscatelli. Please add to your Thanksgiving prayers that we are able to live up to Barbara's faith in us, continuing our ability to do God's work in Indian land with our hands. Without Barbara, we wouldn't be here today, worshiping and serving others. So, thanks.